Hey, it's Dustin from Parts Doctor. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace the idler spring, which is one of the many components that's responsible for keeping the tension on the drive belt, which spins the drum of this dryer. These instructions also apply to Whirlpool manufactured brands such as Maytag, Amana, and more. It's super simple. I'll show you step by step, so let's jump right in. Inside this dryer, there is a component called an idler pulley that keeps tension on the drive belt. This tension holds the belt firmly against the drum so it can rotate as the drive motor runs. It also keeps the belt aligned and tight against both the motor pulley and the idler pulley. The idler spring connects the dryer's frame to the end of the idler pulley arm and pulls the arm downwards to create this tension. If the spring breaks, falls off, or wears out, the belt can lose tension or fall off completely, which can prevent the dryer from spinning properly. The idler spring is an important part with an important job. If you need to replace it, be sure to avoid cheap, low-quality aftermarket knockoff versions and only buy genuine Whirlpool replacement parts like the ones that we sell at our website, partsdoctor.com. We offer fast shipping and only sell manufacturer-approved genuine replacement parts for all major appliance brands. While some models allow access to the components for this repair by removing the back panel, on this model and most similar models, we find it best to do this repair from the front as it also allows you to inspect and service other common wear items like the belt and drum rollers. Tools needed for this repair: a 1/4 inch and 5/16 nut driver or socket, needle nose pliers, Phillips head screwdriver. Be sure to disconnect your appliance from the exhaust vent and power source before beginning. Be careful when working inside the dryer because the edges can be extremely sharp. This repair involves removing several different screw types, which can vary depending on your model and its manufactured date. Your appliance may differ from the one shown in this video, so it may help to have a simple system to keep each fastener organized to ensure they go back in the correct location. On the back of the dryer, use a 5/16 driver or socket to remove the 2 screws holding the top panel in place. Slide the top panel back about 1/4 inch and then lift it off of the dryer. Set it aside to be reinstalled later. Inside the appliance, locate and trace the wires coming from the control panel to the control board. Disconnect the connector from the control board. Be careful as to not damage the wires or the control board itself. Using a pair of needle nose pliers, gently squeeze the push mount wire retainer and push down to remove it from the dryer's frame. Using a 1/4 inch driver or socket, remove the 2 screws towards the front of the dryer that hold the touchpad in place. Gently lift the touchpad and control panel as you rotate the top away from the dryer. Make sure to guide the wires through the front of the machine. Locate the mid-junction connector for the door switch inside the dryer and disconnect it by lifting up on the small tab. You may need to use a small flathead screwdriver to release the tab properly. Tilt the dryer back and place a support underneath to be able to access the bottom edge of the machine. In our case, we're using a 4x4 wood block. Remove the 4 screws on the bottom edge using a 1/4 inch driver or socket. Once the screws are removed, remove the support from underneath the dryer and carefully set the appliance back on the ground. Open the dryer's door and remove the 2 screws below the opening using a Phillips head screwdriver. Close the dryer's door. At the top of the front panel, remove the 3 screws holding the panel in place. Lift the front of the panel up and away from the dryer. Gently work the electrical connectors through the front of the machine as you remove the front panel. Carefully set the front panel aside for reinstallation later. Back at the control board inside of the dryer, disconnect the drum light from the ACU by depressing the retainer on the connector and pulling it to remove. You may find it's easier to use a needle nose pliers. At the front of the dryer, remove the 2 screws on the top of the control panel bracket and the 2 screws on the front of the control panel bracket. Lift the bracket from the appliance. Disconnect the wires to the moisture sensor by pressing the 2 retainers and pulling the wires apart. Using a 1/4 inch driver or socket, remove the screw towards the bottom of the dryer holding the air duct retainer clip in place. Rotate the clip towards the front of the dryer to remove it. Remove the 4 screws holding the front bulkhead in place. Lift the bulkhead up slightly until it becomes free from the retainers on the side panels of the dryer. Lift the bulkhead out from the machine and carefully set it aside. To access the dryer's drive belt, reach into the gap between the dryer's drum and the blower fan. Remove the belt from the idler pulley by moving the pulley to the side to release the tension on the belt. Be sure the belt is free and can be lifted out with the drum. Remove the dryer's drum by lifting it with the drive belt and carefully pulling it from the front of the machine. Be sure to keep one hand on the drum to keep it stable as you remove it. Set the drum aside to be inspected later. With the drum removed, you can see the idler spring attached here to the idler pulley arm and the motor bracket. For this video, we've removed the motor wiring connection to give you a better view of the spring removal. Disconnecting the motor is not necessary for this repair. To remove the idler spring, make sure the idler arm is down and in a relaxed position and pull the hook of the end of the spring away from the notch on the idler arm to release it. You may find it helpful to use a needle nose pliers to remove the idler spring from the idler arm. With one side removed from the idler arm, push the hook on the other end of the spring out of the mounting hole in the motor bracket. The idler spring should now be free from the appliance. If you need a replacement idler spring, you can find an OEM genuine part from PartsDoctor.com that will last longer and perform better. We've included a link in the description below. Be sure to search with the full model number from the tag on your appliance to find the exact part. Before installing your new spring, make sure the idler arm bracket is straight and not bent. The idler arm should hold the idler pulley in a straight line with the motor pulley. If these components are not in line, you may need to replace your idler arm with a new idler pulley assembly. The idler spring has a different size hook on each end, and it is important to install it in the right direction. To install the new spring, rotate the idler arm straight up so you can access the mounting hole for the idler spring. Insert the larger hook of the idler spring through the mounting hole. Rotate the idler arm back down. The spring should be in front of the idler pulley arm or towards the front of the dryer. Then pull the smaller hook end and rest it into the slot on the end of the idler arm. This smaller hook end should face towards the back of the dryer. Pull up on the idler arm to ensure it's properly connected and has tension. With the appliance taken apart, now is a good time to inspect other important parts. Make sure the idler pulley is free of hair, lint, or other debris and spins freely. Also check the drum rollers to be sure that they're free of any damage or debris and also spin freely. To inspect the drum of the dryer, make sure to clean the grooves on each side of the drum. The grooves rest on the roller wheels, and any debris or buildup on these grooves can cause the roller wheels to wear out more quickly and cause the dryer to make excessive noise. You may need a tool to help remove some of this debris. Do not use a hard or metal object that can scratch or damage the drum's smooth finish. And last, check the belt to be sure that it's in good condition and not cracked or frayed. If any of these parts are damaged or need to be replaced, you can check out our dryer maintenance kit video that shows you how to replace each of these components. Now is also a good time to clean the dryer of any lint or debris. It is important to keep the dryer free from lint buildup, as lint is highly flammable and could potentially cause a fire. To reinstall the dryer's drum, position it so the side with the larger lip is closer to the back of the machine. Lift up on the drum using the drive belt while keeping a hand on the front of the drum in order to keep it stable. Carefully position the drum into the dryer by setting it on the back rollers. Align the drive belt in the center of the drum groove closest to the rear of the appliance. Carefully spin the drum one full rotation to be sure that the felt seal has not folded in on itself. At the front of the machine, reach through the gap between the dryer drum and the blower housing to access the drive belt and idler pulley. Grab the belt and make sure that it's positioned between the idler pulley and the back panel of the dryer. Route the belt around the motor pulley, then reach through with your other hand to lift the idler pulley towards the motor. Slide the belt over the roller onto the groove of the idler pulley. Confirm that the belt is seated correctly on the pulley system and that it is not twisted. Slowly rotate the drum one full rotation to verify that the belt is properly installed. Please only rotate the drum clockwise. Turning it counterclockwise can cause the belt to slip off the idler or motor pulleys. Align the bulkhead to the front of the dryer and insert the heat shield between the drum and the dryer lint duct. Make sure that the drum is sitting on the two rollers on the inside of the bulkhead. Set the bulkhead onto the tabs of the side panels to hold it in place. Make sure the sides of the bulkhead rest inside the dryer's frame. Make sure the wires connected to the bulkhead lay over the top so they can be properly reinstalled to the control board. Reinstall the 4 screws that lock the bulkhead into place. Spin the drum clockwise once more to ensure that the drum is sitting properly on the front rollers and that the front felt seal is not folded over. Reconnect the moisture sensor and make sure that the tabs on either side of the connector are locked into place. Towards the bottom of the dryer, hook the air duct clip through the housing and rotate down so that the bottom of the clip rests on the dryer's frame. Reinstall the screw to hold the air duct clip into place. To reinstall the control panel bracket, align the retainers on the bracket with the slots on the side panels of the dryer. Insert the retainers into these slots and push down slightly. Reinstall the 2 screws in the front and the 2 screws on the top so that the bracket is locked into place. Align the front panel with the bulkhead and feed the door switch connector through the front of the machine. Lift the front panel up and set it on the retaining tabs. The screw holes on the front panel should be aligned with the holes in the control panel bracket. Reinstall the 3/4 inch screws that hold the front panel into place. Open the dryer's door and reinstall the 2 Phillips head screws directly below the dryer's opening and close the door. Once again, tilt the machine back and prop it up on a support. Reinstall the 4 screws at the bottom of the front panel. You may need to push up slightly on the front panel to get it to align properly. Remove the support and carefully set the dryer back down on the floor. To reinstall the control panel, guide the electrical connector through the hole in the front of the control panel bracket. Align the tab at the bottom of the control panel with the slot on the front of the dryer. Gently slide the panel into place. This may take some time and some finagling to get the panel fully into place. Reinstall the 2 1/4 inch screws. At the top of the machine, reinsert the push mount cable tie on the control panel's wired into its designated spot on the dryer's frame. Then, reconnect the electrical connector to the ACU. Be sure the connector is securely in place and will not come loose from the control board. Locate and reconnect the mid-junction connector for the door switch. Find the wire to the drum light and reconnect it to the ACU, making sure that it is securely locked into place. To reinstall the top panel, align it with the top of the dryer about a 1/4 inch offset from the control panel and slide it forward. Reinstall the 2 screws at the back of the dryer to secure the top panel into place. Reconnect the dryer's exhaust and power and run the dryer to make sure everything is working properly. Your dryer is now ready to use. Alright, that'll do it for today's video. As always, I'm Dustin the Parts Doctor. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.